The internet has just taken off. Caitlin Clark showed off a startling metamorphosis during her birthday workout that directly addresses her prior hardships and ailments, drastically altering her course. Put aside all of your preconceived notions about her off-season training. This isn't merely a fresh appearance. It's a strategic change aimed at dominance. Once viewed as an advantage, her previously bulky stature was actually her biggest weakness, which resulted in a fixed shot and injury. She is now a completely new player who has been painstakingly developed for optimal performance. This deliberate change is a clear reaction to league-wide problems and a last-ditch effort to safeguard its most valuable asset. The league's face is back, and she's faster, lighter, and more lethal than ever. Rob Dozier, the Indiana Fever's significant new hire, is the real mastermind behind this dramatic change. This isn't your average trainer. Dozier is an NBA veteran who will take Key Porter's place. He has worked with many elite players, including the NBA G League squad. With this hiring, Clark's development infrastructure will undergo a significant upgrade, departing from earlier individual focus sessions. Beyond what fans may anticipate, his reputation as a truly excellent trainer suggests a thoughtful, professional approach to maximizing Clark's potential. It is evident that the company is making significant investments, putting their most important asset under the direction of one of the industry leaders. The addition of a true team approach to Clark's exercises is what really distinguishes Doer's approach and was conspicuously lacking previously. Put last year's dummy defense behind you. 5 people can be seen on the court with her in photos from her birthday session, indicating a lively game-based training atmosphere. This is more than just a lone star with a rebounder. These are probably playing defenders, which makes the simulation of in-game situations considerably more accurate. A complex system designed to test and develop her against live competition has replaced the days of one-on-one drilling, an important phase in her career development. Many people are unaware of the actual worth of top NBA trainers like Dozier. The main focus isn't on innovative drills. Whether working with Chris Brickley, Drew Hanlon, or Dozier, a catch-and-OT exercise is essentially the same with both professionals and 10-year-olds. Who they can bring is the secret sauce. The quality of players they are able to put together for competitive live training. These trainers serve as connectors for elite collegiate or professional athletes, offering reliable, high-caliber defense that tests stars without overwhelming them. Compared to basic training partners or static activities, this offers the subtle opposition necessary for advancement. It's not only Dozier in this new era. It has to do with complete organizational integration. Instead of being a solitary personal coach, Caitlin Clark now collaborates closely with all Indiana Pacers employees and trainers. This entails having access to a multitude of resources that function under a single, cohesive ideology, ranging from strength and conditioning to specialized skill development coaches. The change represents an NBA-level dedication to her growth, guaranteeing that every facet of her performance and physical health are carefully monitored. This all-encompassing support network is revolutionary, creating an atmosphere where each employee advances her development. Her right-hand game is one of the most important aspects of her new training regimen. During the previous season, Clark had a lot of trouble shooting and driving to her right and showed signs of discomfort when under defensive pressure. She may have prepared these maneuvers in private sessions, but this season it was difficult to translate them to game speed against live defenders. The focus is obviously on strengthening this critical deficiency with the integrated pacing staff and the presence of committed defenders. Fans should anticipate seeing Clark attack the basket from her right side with much more fluidity and confidence, making her an even more unexpected threat. Her almost complete lack of a left-hand finish at the rim the previous season was even more obvious. This speaker was one of the many critics who pointed out that she hardly ever tried a left-handed layup during practices or games. This goes beyond simple nitpicking. Defense has taken advantage of a basic weakness in a top scorer's toolkit. With focused game-based instruction, it is hoped that she is actively honing this vital ability. Her offensive style will take on new dimensions with a dependable left-hand finish, making her much less predictable and much more difficult to stop in the paint. For her long-term success, this development is crucial. The previous year, Mentioning these particular shortcomings, like as the absence of a left-hand finish, frequently resulted in charges of being a hater or selecting faults with a workout. However, the data supported the worry. In competitive settings, Clark made very few attempts at left-handed layups and only a few off-the-dribble right-hand threes. It was evident that there was a reluctance to publicly address these underlying flaws. These crucial areas are now being aggressively pursued with the help of the new training personnel, confirming previous findings and exhibiting a dedication to thorough skill development, even if it meant owning up to prior mistakes. This demonstrates a new degree of maturity, as well as strategic goal. Caitlin Clark's tremendous physical transformation throughout the offseason is the most visually arresting feature of her transformation. She drastically increased the size of her arms last year, making her arms really larger than average, even for a general player, not just a guard. This size was an intentional attempt to gain strength, so she could absorb power and contact through opponents. But this tactic has unanticipated and negative repercussions. Although the extra muscle increased her strength, it also affected her mobility and, more importantly, her shot mechanics, which resulted in a sharp decline in efficiency. Although the goal of bulking up was to construct strength and fortitude in the face of physical play, the truth turned out to be far more complicated and harmful. She became slower and less nimble on the court as a result of her increased heft, especially in her upper body, which ironically decreased her mobility. More worrisomely, it interfered with her shooting motion's precise balance and smoothness, resulting in a botched shot that raised serious concerns. In the end, this well-meaning physical makeover resulted in injury, a blatant indication that the prior approach was essentially faulty and unsustainable for a top perimeter player. This was a challenging lesson. The contrast is striking when you watch the video of her most recent birthday workout. Caitlin Clark has completely lost weight again.
This is not merely a small change.
Her physical conditioning mindset has clearly changed, as evidenced by her purposeful reversal of her prior bulk up. Her agility, speed, and most importantly, the flawless mechanics of her hallmark shot are all intended to be restored by the leaner body. This move aligns her physique more closely with the demands of her high-volume, long-range shooting style, suggesting that fluidity and elegance are more important than sheer strength. The objective is obvious. Instead than focusing only on sheer force, optimize for performance. It's not merely Clark's choice to undergo this drastic bodily change. It is a reflection of a larger league-wide directive. There is an indisputable undercurrent of whispers of a call to improve player injuries and officiating standards are circulating across the WNBA. An alarming number of players suffered injuries during the previous season, which fueled discontent over excessive violence and uneven officiating. Players were probably pushed to reassess their physical conditioning as a result of this shared concern. Despite providing some protection, a bigger frame may put individuals at risk for various injuries or have a detrimental effect on their performance. Despite not being stated publicly, the mandate appears to be obvious. Put an end to the referees.
Put an end to this physicality.
It seems like the league is admitting that its officiating created a situation where players felt forced to gain weight in order to protect themselves, only to get hurt. This direct feedback implies that the WNBA is critically evaluating itself, realizing that viewership and brand value are directly impacted by unrestrained physicality and subsequent injuries to prominent athletes. This goes beyond the health of individual players. There is top-down push for change because of the league's overall commercial viability and attraction. The epitome of this issue is Caitlin Clark, who is unquestionably the face of our league. Her prior bulk up, which was meant to help her deal with the brutality of the league, directly caused her to get an injury that affected her play. The idea is that the entire business is in jeopardy if the league's top attraction suffers as a result of bad tactics and subpar officiating. It is an existential concern to lose 50% of viewers because the league's face is being neglected or performing poorly. Her injuries turned into an unmistakable, harsh emblem of the WNBA's self-inflicted wounds, necessitating a reassessment of how it safeguards its most important assets. The adoption of a game-based training plan for Clark and the incorporation of Pacers personnel mark a significant change toward an NBA approach to player development. Treating her like any other potential is not the goal here. It involves using the most cutting-edge, tried-and-true techniques for top athletes. Player growth in the NBA is a science that involves committed personnel, competitive settings, and a comprehensive understanding of an athlete's physical and mental health. This action implies that the WNBA is finally committed to giving Clark the same level of assistance and strategic planning that are given to male superstars. Rob Dozier's background working with numerous NBA players. Furthermore, G League is more than simply a list of bullet points on his CV. It demonstrates his comprehension of what it takes to develop exceptional potential. He is aware of the particular strains, physical requirements, and complexities of skill development needed at the highest level. Because of this experience, he is in a unique position to mentor Clark during her pivotal second season, making sure her training is both efficient and customized to the unique difficulties she encounters as a superstar. His mere presence improves the program as a whole and shows a sincere dedication to her ongoing development. From Doyer's hiring to the numerous defenders, every aspect of these new birthday exercises screams intentionality. Getting shots up isn't the only goal here. It involves placing Clark in environments that are intended to help her thrive under pressure in real time. Despite their apparent simplicity, the drills are part of a bigger strategy that aims to replicate game situations. The goal is to increase confidence and muscle memory in high-stress scenarios, especially when it comes to driving correctly and ending left the area where she had previously had difficulty. This methodical, intentional training is designed to produce immediate and significant on-court outcomes. Whether it's her birthday or any other day, Caitlin Clark's commitment to basketball never wavers. Her statement from 2016, "Raindrop drop top, eyeball nonstop," is still relevant today. The combination of her unrelenting desire and the new, advanced training methodology creates the conditions for a season that is genuinely revolutionary. Her unwavering quest of greatness is highlighted by her readiness to change, let go of the bulk, and adopt a more subtle development strategy. It's more than simply a star. It's a committed athlete who is always trying to get better, changing in real time, making her trip even more fascinating. This season, Caitlin Clark and the Fever have extremely high stakes. With Rob Dozier, an expert NBA trainer, a completely integrated pacer team, and a redesigned physique, the justifications for previous failings are eliminated. Every resource available to the league's face is being used to help her not just excel, but also transform her game. It is anticipated that there would be a significant improvement, particularly in those previously weak areas. Her right-hand drives, left-hand finishes, and general ease under defensive pressure will all be closely watched. Being aware that this is a deliberate reinvention rather than merely an exercise. Not only is Caitlin Clark shattering the online with fresh instructors, it's evidence of a franchise's steadfast devotion to its star and professional development under intense scrutiny. Her birthday workout demonstrated a calculated, comprehensive strategy to address prior physical and skill weaknesses motivated by a league-wide understanding of what is required to safeguard its most valuable asset. The game-based training, the professional coaching, and the trimmed-down body are more than just details. They are components of a well-thought-out strategy to release an even more powerful, resilient, and unstoppable version of the player who has already enthralled millions. This change literally determines the WNBA's destiny.